The United States encouraged the removal of former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan from office. These are the claims made by a United States-based news outlet, The Intercept, which published what it claims to be the details of a diplomatic cipher, or a classified Pakistani cable, that outlined how Washington pressured Islamabad to oust Khan in March 2022. Khan was sacked from power in April 2022 after he lost a no-confidence vote in Parliament. The cricketer-turned-politician had alleged that he knew of the cipher while he was in office, which, according to him, proved the US hatched a conspiracy with the help of his political opponents and the Pakistani military to remove him. The document published by The Intercept contained details of a conversation held on March 7 last year between Pakistan's then ambassador to the US, Asad Majeed, and Donald Liu, the Assistant Secretary of State for the Bureau of South and Central Asian Affairs. The conversation, according to the report, took place less than 2 weeks after Khan visited Moscow on February 24, the day Russia invaded Ukraine. In the meeting, Liu reportedly told Majeed, the US and Europe were quite concerned about Khan visiting Russia and Pakistan taking an aggressively neutral position on the Ukraine war. According to the memo, Liu warned Majeed that if a no-confidence vote against the Prime Minister succeeds, all will be forgiven in Washington because the Russia visit is being looked at as a decision by the Prime Minister. Otherwise, it will be tough going ahead. These words were ostensibly the threat that former Prime Minister Khan alluded to when he claimed there was a US conspiracy to overthrow his government. At a rally on March 27, 2022, days before his ouster, Khan brandished a letter claiming it contained evidence of a foreign conspiracy hatched to topple his government. Khan had kept mum about the contents of the letter when he first unveiled it, but he spilled the beans days later by naming the US when the exit of his government appeared imminent. However, in November 2022, he made a U-turn and said he no longer blamed the US administration for his removal from power. Imran's allegation about US involvement in his exit from power was based on the cipher received from Majeed. Although The Intercept has claimed in its report that they were provided with the document by an anonymous source in the Pakistani military who said that they had no ties to Imran Khan or Khan's party, observers suspect that the source of the leak could be the PTI itself, reported Pakistani newspaper Dawn. As per protocol, only a handful of key officials, including the foreign minister, the prime minister and the army chief, had access to the confidential document. Earlier this year, an alleged confession of Azam Khan, Imran's former principal secretary, surfaced on social media wherein it was claimed that the narrative behind the cipher was fabricated. The National Security Committee, which includes all services chiefs as well as the head of Pakistan's top intelligence agency, took up the matter on March 31 with then Premier Imran in the chair. The forum decided to issue a strong démarche to a country that it did not name over what it termed as blatant interference in the internal affairs of Pakistan. During its second meeting on April 22, chaired by Khan's successor Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, the committee statement said it reaffirmed the decisions of the last NSC meeting and explicitly went on to add that it found no evidence of a foreign conspiracy. The timing of the purported cable's publication also seems quite significant, as it comes in the wake of the imprisonment of Imran Khan over charges of graft in the Toshakana case. Khan is currently serving a 3-year sentence and has been barred from politics for 5 years. He denies the charges and says the action against him is aimed at stopping him from contesting elections, expected later this year. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller on August 9, said the comments reported in The Intercept do not show the US taking a position on who should be Pakistan's leader, adding that the US had publicly and privately expressed its concern regarding Khan's visit to Russia. Miller said, as the former Pakistani ambassador to the United States himself has stated, the allegations that the United States has interfered in internal decisions about the leadership of Pakistan are false. As we have stated, they are false. They have always been false, and they remain false. In an interview with WE News Today, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that if the alleged contents of the diplomatic cipher published were true, it was tantamount to a massive crime. During his premiership, Khan was seen gravitating towards Russia and China by adopting a foreign policy not dictated by Washington.